clicked on this video to see a 20-step skincare routine, 30-minute meditation, 1-hour workout, breath work, and all that before 6 a.m., I gotta disappoint you because this is a very realistic morning routine on a good day. This is an unusual background for me. A highly requested video was my morning routine. And so today is Sunday morning, and obviously it changes a little bit throughout, or it changes a lot throughout my regular weekdays because I have a 7-month-old and I can do all these things all the time. My skincare, I like to keep it really nice and simple. I'm going to yoga, so I don't want to put too much on, but all the products I use, I will link in the description, but just know that nothing is sponsored. Everything is bought with my own money, and I just genuinely love the stuff. A lot of my skincare products are from Mad Hippie, and their stuff is chef's kiss. Let's go. I'll take you throughout my day. On today's agenda, we have journaling, and then I get to go to yoga class. And again, this is a very realistic morning routine. I don't go to yoga every single morning. One thing I'm currently working on is not to drink coffee when I get up. I struggle with this so much because I'm a huge coffee lover. And even when I go to bed, the thing that I'm looking forward to the most, besides obviously seeing my family and my baby in the morning, is my cup of coffee. It's just a way of comfort. It's like a ritual, and I really love it. And I'm trying to implement drinking a glass of water in the morning before I get my coffee. There are some studies that show that actually our stress levels are higher if we drink coffee right after we get up. So I'm trying to reduce that by drinking water with lemon and some sea salt, and to hydrate my body, because when you think about it, you've slept for 6 to 8 hours, maybe sometimes less. Don't drink all night, so I want to give my body the hydration it needs. We'll make my cup of coffee, my little morning ritual. I usually use a French press. We used to have like a fancier coffee machine, but I actually just like the process of brewing it. Yeah, it's just part of my ritual. I usually drink it with oat milk, and if I'm really feeling fancy, I have a milk frother, and then I'll froth up the milk for some cappuccino. Even though technically cappuccino is with espresso, but that's just my coffee addiction talking. For my journal routine, I kind of switch here and there. Sometimes it's literally just brain dumping what is on my mind. If I feel especially anxious, then I will just write whatever comes to my mind. And sometimes I do my higher self, future self journal. I have a whole video explaining what that is, so I will link it below. And sometimes it's just finding gratitude. It depends on the day, it depends on how much time I have, and that counts as journaling for me. But usually I try to do at least a page to set the tone for the day, because I really realized and I noticed when I don't journal, my mind is so scattered and I have so many thoughts in my head that journaling really helps me to get refocused. And when I set my daily intention, my daily affirmation, the shift I want to make, then that's something I can remind myself throughout the day and come back to. When I find the time, I also like to pull either a daily oracle card or an affirmation card, and today I went with my affirmation deck and pulled a card, and the affirmation for today was, I am unique, beautiful, and don't need to compare myself to others. This is the deck I made myself. If you're interested, here's just a quick overview of the affirmations. If you like it, you'll find a link below in the description. Really looking forward to this yoga class today. It's a fundamentals class, which just means that it's more emphasis on basic postures, and the teacher gives you corrections on the right alignment. We are in the car and driving towards the yoga studio. I'm not sure how much I can record. I'm taking a fundamentals class, but in case I can record, I'm gonna put in some footage of another class I take at the studio. It's aerial yoga and I'm enjoying it so much. It's so much fun. So we'll see. I just got out of my yoga class and I'm feeling really great. Such a beautiful class, and my hips don't hurt so much, which is amazing. And now we're gonna go back home. Back from yoga. It was such a beautiful class, as I said in the car. My hips were really tight when I walked into this class, and they're still a little sore, but not as bad. And breathing and movement is just so helpful and so good for your body, and I just really feel amazing right now. I'm reading a book right now that is so inspiring and so beautiful, and it's called What You're Looking For is in the Library. And I read it in German. The German title is Frau Komachi empfiehlt ein Buch. I will link those both titles on and also in the description. It's basically a bunch of short stories that have like little nuggets of wisdom throughout them. If you read The Cafe on the Edge of the World by John Strzelecki, I think you would enjoy this book 100%. So relatable, because there's like people from all different scenarios and stages of life that feel kind of stuck, and then they go to the library, to this librarian, and she gives them little tokens, like felt figures that she makes. And throughout that, with her book recommendations, they kind of get inspiration, push themselves into something that they've always wanted to do. So I love it so much. I would highly recommend it right now. When it comes to building a morning routine, I think less is more sometimes. We get into this headspace of I have to do this and this and this and this and all before a certain time of the day in the morning, and if you don't achieve one of those things, you kind of are too hard on yourself and you feel like a failure. So I like to pick one non-negotiable, and that can vary. So it's not every day that I feel like, oh, I need to journal or I want to journal. Sometimes I prioritize movement, even though journaling feels great to me. But if I had to choose, maybe movement on that day feels better than the journaling. And that, you know, you can switch it up. And I think if you do that, you can give yourself grace and just being open and flexible with it, that you don't have to achieve all of these things just to have a productive morning. This is also part of my morning routine, which I'm not going to show you, but is feeding my baby, obviously, hanging out with my family and all of that. But I hope you enjoyed today's insight into my morning routine. Please let me know if you like this kind of video. It was the first time I did something like that. I would be really, really curious to see and to hear your opinions on this type of content. If you want to get in the habit of journaling, I think you should watch this next, and I'll see you soon.